Hello guys, welcome to Angular tutorials for the beginner. So in a last video tutorial, we guys have understand how to use ng switch and as a structural directives and how to represent that multiple content into a single way. Well, in this tutorial, we guys are going to understand a very important concept in Angular, which is uses for most probable representation of our data, that is pipes in Angular. Okay, in this video lecture, we guys are going to understand what are the pipes and in which scenario the pipes are going to use and how to use these pipes right there. So when it comes to the pipes are generally called, okay, pipes in Angular are used to transform the data before displaying it into the view. The Angular pipes takes the data as an input and format or transform the data to the display it into our HTML template. In short, what if we are having a specific amount of data that may be stored in our TS file or coming from the database, and if I wanted to convert that data in a specific format, then using the pipes we can able to make that perform. Now let us do understood the same implementation of pipe. We have some certain data in a backend or in a TypeScript file, and we have to format that data right there using the pipes. So let us do understood with this. So here in the example, you guys can see, let me show you the output. So I have created one table, and into the table using ng4, we guys have put our 5 columns right there. So let me show you these columns values along with the data. So here in this file, okay, I have written the array in the type component component.ts file, and in the component.ts file you guys can see we have 5 records available, 104 and 105, and each and every records deal with some specific amount of data, like every records has roll number, name, date of birth in date object, fees in numbers, and percentage also. So these information, like all this 5 information using HTML and ng4 attributes and some bootstrap classes that we have uses, and we are printing them on to the table, and this is how it is representing right here. Well, I have to use the pipes, and there are different types of pipes that we can able to use. Kind of, let me show you how we can able to use a pipes on string. So let us say these are the names that I will have, and every single letter is capital, you guys can see. Now I have to show them in the lowercase. Our data is stored in proper order format, but I have to represent in lowercase. Well, in that case we are going to use as the pipe. So where I should have to use is the pipe at this column. I'm going to use as the pipe. So after printing my data, I'm going to show the pipe operator first, like this is a pipe, and then you can mention whatever you want. So I want to convert them to the lowercase, so I'm going to use the pipe as lowercase. Now let me just save this. Let us get back here. So you guys can see all the names right there are represented in a lowercase, and this is the standard syntax to use the pipe in your Angular. So respective to this, you have to write a name of variable which you want to represent, then the pipe symbol and the pipe name. There are n number of pipe name, like as if I wanted to show the data in uppercase format, so I should have to use uppercase pipe. Now let us get back, so you guys can see all data will be represented in uppercase format. And similar like this, we have the information to represent it in for the date, for the numbers, and for the percentage also. And to check with that n number of pipes, I will show you some certain ticks to represent from Angular website. So let us get back to the Angular standard documentation, and here you can go to the docs. In the docs you can scroll it down, go to the references, and in the references you can go for API references, and in this filter you guys can search for pipes. Okay, once you search for the pipe, so you guys might see these n number of pipes available there for our Angular. So we have a pipe for date, we have a pipe for decimal, we have a pipe for percentage, we have a pipe for title case, we have a pipe for currency. So every single pipes are uses with respect to their own operations. If you wanted to check with all this execution, you can go for this documentation and you can check each and every data. As far as these example concerned, so I have to represent date, so I will go with the date pipe, then fees pipe for the currency, and percentage pipe and some string pipe I'm going to be shown right here. So let us work with the date pipe right now. So I am going to be open this date pipe. Let me open into the new tab, and here we are. So you guys can see the date pipe here. What does it exactly do? It formats a date value according to your local rules, and this can be used by using this syntax, like our value or expression, then we should have to write a pipe symbol, and then you can provide a date, and irrespective to this we have different arguments right there available. So what if I am going to show here? So this is the date of birth, and normally it is looks like this is the date it represented right now. So what if I'm going to change it to the default date? So let me add the pipe symbol. I'm going to mention it as a date. All right, now let us save it. Let's get back to the output. So you guys can see now the date format of our using that date pipe has got changes, and it represented it like this. So we have n number of arguments to this date pipe. You can scroll down a bit later and you guys can get it in an example right here. So this is the date format we will have. So we can write date colon, and I can write the full date as an attribute, and here you guys can see, okay, full date, you can just scroll it up. So here you guys can see that how the full date is represented. Okay, short is represented in this format, medium is represented in this format, long is represented in this format, full is represented in this format, short date is represented in this format, and long date. So as per your way of putting the information in your applications, you can use that arguments and you can able to write a code. Well, for this example I'm going to use the short date as a format. Okay, first we are going to show the full date. So as its argument I have to write colon, and in a single code the value is what? Full date. Now let me save this code. Let's get back here, and you guys can see in the full date it's showing the day, then month, day and year. Now what if I am going to check them in a short date? So let us write in a short date. Now you guys can see it is converted in a short date order format. So if you wanted to check out many more examples on these arguments, you can just refer this blog and try to be works right there. Now let us get back to the percentage pipes that are mostly uses in the Angular when it comes to any business logic. When I wanted to represent the decimals, then the percent pipes are used. So let me just open with this here. So this is the percent pipe, and this percent pipe will transform a number to the percentage string, and we can use the default as a percentage. So let us use them as a default percentage for this percentage data. So I'm going to say pipe, and the name of pipe is percent. All right, now let us save. Let us get back here. So you guys can see automatically whatever the value we will have, it multiplied with the 100, and it definitely shown into the result. And that is why 82.93 multiplied by 100 comes to 8,293, and similar for 5 records. But if you wanted to show that data with let us say I'm going to divide them to the 100 so that data will be shown correctly. So here I'm going to say divided by 100 and then multiplied by what it may be, the data may be same. But if you guys can check here, it will round up the data and it shows without any percentage. And why this is happening? Because the default value of digit info is 0. You guys can check out here in the proper syntax. So you guys can see, okay, in a digits info argument, the decimal representation option specified by the string with the following order format. So we have 3 different values to write there. First is minimum integer. Let me show you by the example first. So this is the example that you guys can see, percentage. This is the minimum integers, how many integers that you wanted to show. So we can say 1 or 2. And then second argument is 3 and dash 5. What is this 3 and 5 so far? So first 3 is minimum fraction digit. How many minimum fraction digits do you want? And the second value is maximum fraction digit. How many maximum fraction digit that you want. So in this example, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say colon, okay, and my information is I want one digit, one integer number, and that may have a minimum two digits or maximum three digits after the decimal. So I have to use dot here, not a colon. Now let me just save this. Let's get back here to the application so you guys can see as per our information it is representing with two digits or three digits after that decimal. Similar like this, you guys can use the currency pipes also. Here is the currency pipe. Let me open this. So in the currency pipe depends on, okay, you just require to write the currency as a pipe. Okay, so here for the fees we are going to write the currency as a pipe. So it is what currency. Let us save and let us get back here. So you guys can see it comes with default dollar as a currency. If you wanted to change that type of currency, we have n number of types of currency available here. So let me show you that one. So we can use by default as currency. Then for the CAD you can use CA. Again for the code, again for the symbol is for that numbers and fractions, and for Indian currency we guys can use INR. So if I wanted to print with Indian currency, then colon and the value is INR. Now let's show it. Let us get back and you guys can see it will turns into the currency of Indian rupees for the that amount to be got paid or amount paid, whatever it may be, depends on logic. You can use it likewise in the ratio. So if you guys wanted to check out more on these pipes, so you can use this documentation and check for your rest of the logics in the pipes. Well, in the pipes we have one more concept, is to apply more than one pipes right there. As a matter of example here, what I'm going to do for this short date, I'm going to convert to the just date or like full date I'm going to convert. So let us check out how this full date is represents. And what I wanted to do, I wanted to represent this full date in a uppercase format. So I can write one more pipe, okay, to this, and I'm going to say this is what for uppercase. Now let us save it and get back. You guys can see it represented in a uppercase, but the order of that pipes is really matters at here. If I'm going to put this uppercase, let me remove from this, and I'm going to put this uppercase to this date of birth. Now let us check what is it exactly going to be happening. Now I'm going to save this. Let us get back here and it says we have an error. What is the error? The uppercase is exactly works with the string value, but we are working the uppercase right now with the date. So that order is important. What exactly happening? So let me just write it here. So this date object is going to represented in a string by using this date currency, and that is the reason these entire value can represented in uppercase using this pipe. So keep in this mind that when you are using multiple pipes for your examples, then the order of that pipes and data type along with the pipes are really very important in Angular. So for rest of the pipe example, as per your logics that you will have, you can go to the API reference, and there in the pipes you guys can able to check with this. I hope you understood what are the pipes and how to use the different pipes in our Angular example. You guys have understood it really very well. If you guys are really understood something, give us the thumbs up and stay tuned for the next video tutorial. Thanks for watching this video.